I've watched a lot of how to be a YouTuber videos, and I've heard too much of the same advice. Upload consistently, make videos for the right reasons, and most vaguely of all, be yourself. Now, I do think that's mostly good advice, but it's leaving out a lot. Most of all, how do you actually do those things? Now, as someone who's been making YouTube videos for about 8 years now, I've put a lot of thought into this, but at the same time, I'm kind of rusty. So this video is as much advice for myself as it is anyone else. But for simplicity, I'm going to split this video into 4 parts. 1, where to focus your time. 2, free and inexpensive equipment for making videos. 3, skills worth learning. And finally, some hard truths about YouTube. So making YouTube videos nearly always means being a jack of all trades. You've got to be coming up with ideas, then filming stuff, and of course editing. And it makes me wonder, how should I divide up my time making videos? And the answer, for me at least, is to ask another question. What's important to you? For example, if it's important to me that my videos are professional and polished, then I will happily spend a lot of time on each video. And I'll get a lot of satisfaction out of putting effort into the planning, the filming, and the editing. Anytime I've done hand-drawn animation, for example, it takes forever, but I'm often really pleased with how those videos turn out. Of course, the thing about the internet is that you don't have to be professional and polished. A lot of people actually like watching videos that are a bit rough around the edges. This is why we have to ask what's important, because if I don't feel the need to make the videos complex or slick and professional, then I should find ways to speed up the process so that I can make the same videos with the same content, but faster and uploading more often. And plenty of people on YouTube do that. They've found a way to make good content in less than 1 day. So yes, uploading at least once a week is generally recommended if you want to build a large audience, but that's not everyone's top priority. Other YouTubers prefer to spend weeks or months working on their videos, and as long as everyone is spending their time in a way that reflects what's important to them, then everyone will be successful by their own measure of success. So that's my interpretation of the advice to upload consistently. But I did promise that I wouldn't be too vague in this video, so let's get into the weeds a little bit more. If I look back at how I spent my time when I first started making videos, I didn't put much thought and time into planning or editing my videos, and so they came out kind of rambly. Whereas now, even if I'm just making a simple video like this, just us having a chat, then I'll still put some time into trimming out the boring bits, because it's important to me that my videos aren't repetitive. And the other big difference after spending 8 years on YouTube is that I put more time into my titles and thumbnails. They used to be kind of just an afterthought. I'd spend maybe 5 minutes choosing a thumbnail, choosing a title, but now I like to put a bit more thought, since it really does play a big part in whether people get to see the video or not. So to boil it down, the advice I have for my future self is to divide up my time based on what's important to me, even if that means spending an illogical amount of time on one part of one video. When it comes to filming equipment, I like to buy gear that came out at least 5 years ago, because that way it'll be almost as good as the gear that's coming out today, and it'll be significantly cheaper. I am aware of how much technology has progressed in the last few years, but I still believe that for me, as long as the sound quality is good, wearing a lapel mic or getting close enough to one of these, then everything after that is a bonus. One thing I reckon lots of people don't realize about making YouTube videos is just how much video editing is involved. But fortunately, when it comes to editing software, computers and even most phones these days come with pretty good free editing software. And if you want to do more complex editing, you can use another piece of free software, DaVinci Resolve, which is what I've been using for all of my projects recently. But regardless of the software that we're using, and even how much time we're putting into the creative side of editing, one of the best skills that YouTubers can learn is the ability to edit quickly. All it takes really is to learn a few of the basic keyboard shortcuts that save a lot of time, and to find a faster workflow for doing some of the most painstaking parts of editing. After watching a couple of tutorials online and just getting some practice, you'll find that the editing process becomes much faster. So we've got free editing software and inexpensive filming gear, but one of the things that I really wish existed when I started on YouTube was free and high quality music that I could use in the background of my videos without any copyright issues. You can tell this is a problem because there's so much terrible background music on YouTube, and generally the really good stuff tends to be expensive and the free stuff tends to be terrible. but all of the music that you've been hearing in the background of this video can be used for free on YouTube, thanks to our video sponsor, Upbeat. So for this video, I scrolled through Upbeat's library of music, listened to a couple of ads, and then I was able to download 10 songs each month to use on YouTube for free. So thank you, Upbeat. Now, once we've made a couple of videos, another skill worth developing is graphic design. And not so much just so we can make fancy title screens, but knowing the basics of color theory and how to draw the eye towards the focal point of an image is really helpful when it comes to making a thumbnail for a video. And just like with editing, there's plenty of free graphic software. There's online ones like Canva, there's apps you can get on your phone, and my old favorite free Photoshop alternative, GIMP. A little bit of learning about graphic design plus some practice goes a long way. So finally, I want to share some hard truths about YouTube that I've learned over the years. The first one is that we've got to make videos about something we really care about. Whether it's a cooking channel or comedy videos, gaming, whatever it is, if we don't have an above average level of interest in that thing, then it will be very difficult to keep on making videos consistently. The next one is that you don't have to be different. I think making videos that are totally different to what other people are making is one way to stand out, but also you can make videos very similar to what's already out there, and you'll accidentally end up putting your own spin on it. I used to believe in the mindset of do your own thing and be original, but now I kind of think that we can just do what we want to do, make the kind of stuff we want to make, whether it's the most edgy, never seen before format, or if it's talking to a camera and oversharing with jump cuts. That is my opinion, at least. So I hope this has been vaguely helpful, whether you make YouTube videos or not, but please do let me know, because after all, I am a bit rusty. My name's Cade, this has been DSLRguide, and I'll see you next time.